Interesting. So that's going to be something to sort of keep an eye on. I want to bring Austin Kendrick back into the conversation as well. When you look at all of this, Perk, and hear the progress that Bronny James has made, do you think he's ready to make this leap into the NBA?
Well, he has no choice. He's here now, right? And he's here. The decision has been made, and the ball is in his court. Not in LeBron James' court. It's in his court. This is his time, right? This is his time to show the scouts, executives, general managers, whatever you want to call it, coaches, however you want to lay it, that he's NBA ready and why they should take a chance on him. You're going against the best. You're going against the best of the best. And now you have an opportunity to prove yourself. We understand the unfortunate situation that happened before the season at USC. Okay, we understand things didn't go as planned at USC. I believe that Bronny James is going to be a hell of a pro. I think he's going to have a good pro career as a role player. Do not have the expectations of his father, but I do think he has a very high IQ. Bobby harped on it for us. Him being able to knock down open shots. Yeah. And another thing, like Bobby said, his defense. He's going to have to be a dog defensively. Getting over screens, picking up 94 feet, being a pest. We know the IQ is there, but again, the time starts now.
You mentioned those comps that people are inevitably going to make to his dad, LeBron James. And Austin, you face sort of that unique pressure that comes with being the son of a central NBA figure. I'm not necessarily comparing Doc and LeBron here, but what advice do you have for Bronny as he takes these next steps?
Yeah, he's dealing with something totally different, a different beast. His dad's, arguably the greatest player of all time. For me, I think our initial reaction to this is 50-50, right? You look at his college numbers and you say, okay, well, this guy isn't an NBA player. He only averaged 5 points off the bench. But that's only looking at one side of the fence. You don't look at or take into account that obviously this guy had a traumatizing cardiac arrest issue on the court, and that's something that could traumatize someone mentally from the aspect of him trusting himself, getting out there on the court again. But here's what we do know. We know he's a freak athlete. We know he has basketball IQ. We know he has a history of watching the game closely with one of the highest IQ'd basketball players of all time, his father, LeBron James. He has actually a really nice shot, something that we didn't really get to see a lot of at USC, but I would expect more as we go through this draft process. And then most importantly, he has experience playing with top talent. He played with pros at his high school team in Sierra Canyon. He played with pros on his AAU program, and there's always a big role in both of those teams. I agree with Perk and Woj. I think this is a guy who can come into the league, will have G League experience, get to work his way through, and is a guy that can really be a pest on defense. We're looking at the playoffs right now and how many guys aren't your prototypical player, whether it's a Josh Hart, whether it's a TJ McConnell, these dudes who are having these huge impacts on defense, turning the ball, having that impact. Bronny James is a freak athlete. So for him to be at 6'2", 40-inch vertical, sliding up the floor, defending, being able to hit an open shot, there's definitely a place for him in the league. I just feel like people have to be patient with him and understand his timing and process.
We're going to
get excited for him.
Yep. Go ahead.
That's it right there. That's it right there, Malika. The patience, right? It's not going to be, he gets into the league or get drafted, and the next year we got to watch Bronny James. Like the development, right? The right organization, the right player development. That's going to be huge for Bronny.
Yep.
And Malika, that's Perk just said it. That's a big point. And in my conversations with his agent, Rich Paul, over the last few months, that helping him to get in the right developmental situation is a big part of this. And, I think that's part of why the conversation about the Lakers has made less sense over time. They are a win-now organization. Player development is not their mode right now, but there are any number of organizations where that is really important, who are rebuilding, who are trying to find young players that they can develop and bring in through the organization. And that's going to be a big part of Rich Paul's conversation with teams about where he might land and what kind of a plan they might have for him. It is not about him looking NBA ready today at the NBA Combine. Yeah. It's projecting over time in the right system and with probably significant time in the G League to just get him reps and game experience and all the things that come with it, that is the course for a lot of young players in the NBA. And I think it's likely going to be the course for Bronny James if he's going to have an NBA career.
Making sure sort of the infrastructure is there for Bronny James. Gentlemen in Chicago, thank you so very much. We're going to see a whole lot of Bronny James over the next couple of days at the Combine. But you know what I want more of? I want more Bobby. I want more Woj. And we're going to get that in Chicago as the future of the NBA try to solidify their draft position at the Combine. Of course, we talked about Bronny James, but also Alex Sarr, Donovan Clingan, and more participating in 5-on-5 scrimmages. Those are Tuesday and Wednesday on ESPN2.
NBA,